There's a moment in every person's life when they stand at the crossroads between wanting and having, between dreaming and becoming, between desire and riches. Most people pass through this moment unconsciously, letting it slip away like sand through their fingers. But some recognize it for what it is, the moment when desire transforms from wishful thinking into unstoppable force. Every fortune that has ever been built began with desire. Not casual interest, not mild preference, not hopeful wishing, desire burning, consuming, all-encompassing desire that refuses to be denied, ignored, or postponed. But here's where most people fail. They mistake wanting for desiring, wishing for willing, hoping for having. They think desire is an emotion when desire is actually a decision. They believe desire is about feeling when desire is about becoming. Napoleon Hill discovered this truth when he studied the greatest wealth builders of his era. Hill found that every person who transformed desire into riches had unconsciously or consciously followed 6 definite steps, 6 stages of transformation that converted mental energy into material reality thoughts, into things, dreams, into dollars. These 6 steps are not theory. They are not philosophy. They are not suggestions. These 6 steps are the exact formula that has been used to create every significant fortune in human history. They are the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, the pathway from desire to riches, the blueprint for transforming possibility into reality. The first step is definite desire. Not vague longing, not general wanting, not wishful thinking. Definite desire, specific, exact, measurable desire that knows precisely what it wants and refuses to accept anything less. Andrew Carnegie didn't desire to be successful or wealthy or important. Carnegie desired to dominate the steel industry, to build America's infrastructure, to accumulate exactly $400 million. His desire was so specific, so definite, so precisely focused that it became a magnetic force, drawing everything necessary for its fulfillment. Most people's desires are like scattered light, warm but powerless. Definite desire is like focused laser light, capable of cutting through any obstacle, burning through any resistance, illuminating any darkness. The difference between vague wanting and definite desire is the difference between a flashlight and a laser, between scattered energy and focused power, between wishful thinking and unstoppable force. But definite desire must be more than specific. It must be burning. It must consume you, possess you, drive you with relentless intensity. It must become so important that failure is not an option, so compelling that obstacles become opportunities, so powerful that setbacks become setups for breakthroughs. Thomas Edison's desire to illuminate the world burned so intensely that 10,000 failures could not extinguish it. Each failure fed his desire instead of dampening it. Each setback intensified his focus instead of scattering it. Each obstacle strengthened his determination instead of weakening it. Edison understood something that casual dreamers never understand. Burning desire is not just the starting point of wealth creation. Burning desire is the fuel that sustains the journey from desire to riches. The intensity of your desire determines the magnitude of your results. Lukewarm desire creates lukewarm results. Burning desire creates extraordinary results. Most people have desires that compete with their comfort, conflict with their convenience, contradict their current lifestyle. They want wealth, but they also want ease. They desire success, but they also desire security. They dream of riches, but they also dream of rest. Burning desire eliminates all competing desires. It makes everything else secondary, everything else negotiable, everything else optional. When your desire for wealth burns bright enough, your desire for comfort becomes irrelevant. But burning desire alone is not enough. The second step is absolute faith, unshakable belief that your desire will become reality, unwavering conviction that what you want is not just possible but inevitable. Faith is not hoping. Faith is knowing. Faith is not believing something might happen. Faith is acting as if it has already happened. Faith is not wishing for the best. Faith is preparing for certainty. Henry Ford's faith in his vision of putting America on wheels was so absolute that he invested everything, his time, his energy, his resources, his reputation in manifesting that vision. Ford didn't hope he could mass-produce automobiles. Ford knew he would mass-produce automobiles. This absolute faith created what Hill called auto-suggestion, the process by which your conscious mind convinces your subconscious mind that your desire is already reality. When your subconscious mind accepts your desire as fact, it begins organizing your entire life around making that fact physically manifest. Most people's faith wavers with circumstances. When things go well, they believe. When things go poorly, they doubt. Their faith is dependent on external validation rather than internal conviction. Absolute faith remains constant regardless of circumstances. It doesn't require proof, it creates proof. It doesn't depend on evidence, it becomes evidence. It doesn't wait for confirmation, it acts with certainty. Walt Disney's faith in his vision of magical entertainment never wavered. Despite repeated bankruptcies, constant rejections, and persistent criticism, Disney acted with such absolute faith that investors eventually caught his vision, artists joined his mission, audiences embraced his magic. Disney understood that faith is not passive belief. Faith is active force. Faith attracts what it believes, creates what it envisions, manifests what it expects. The level of your faith determines the speed of your transformation. Conditional faith creates conditional results. Absolute faith creates absolute transformation. But faith without focus remains abstract. The third step is specialized knowledge, detailed understanding of exactly how you will transform your desire into riches, specific expertise in the methods that will convert your vision into reality. General knowledge is worth little in the creation of wealth. Specialized knowledge is worth everything. General knowledge makes you interesting at parties. Specialized knowledge makes you indispensable in marketplaces. John D. Rockefeller didn't know everything about everything. Rockefeller knew everything about oil, how to find it, refine it, transport it, market it, systematize it. His specialized knowledge in this one area created the greatest fortune of his era. Most people try to know a little about everything and end up knowing nothing valuable about anything. They spread their learning like butter wide, but thin, covering much, but penetrating little. Wealth builders concentrate their learning like a drill, narrow, but deep focused, but powerful, specialized, but valuable. They become experts in the specific knowledge that converts their particular desire into actual riches. But specialized knowledge must be current, accurate, and applicable. The world changes rapidly. What worked yesterday may not work today. What's true today may not be true tomorrow. Your specialized knowledge must evolve as quickly as your opportunities. Steve Jobs didn't just accumulate knowledge, Jobs continuously updated his specialized knowledge in design, technology, marketing, and human psychology. Jobs understood that outdated knowledge is worse than no knowledge because it creates confidence in obsolete methods. The most valuable specialized knowledge is not what you know, it's what you know that others don't know, what you understand that others don't understand, what you can do that others can't do. This specialized knowledge must be combined with the fourth step, organized planning. Desire without planning is just daydreaming. Faith without planning is just hoping. Knowledge without planning is just accumulation. Organized planning converts desire into definite plans. faith into specific actions, knowledge into systematic methods. Organized planning is the bridge between mental conception and physical reality, between internal vision and external manifestation. Every great fortune was built according to definite plans, organized, systematically executed methodically. Carnegie's steel empire followed organized plans. Ford's automotive revolution followed organized plans. Disney's entertainment kingdom followed organized plans. But organized planning is not just creating a plan, it's creating plans that adapt, evolve, and improve as circumstances change. Rigid planning breaks under pressure. Organized planning bends without breaking, adjusts without stopping, evolves without losing direction. Most people either plan too little or plan too much. They either shoot without aim or aim without shooting. They either act without thinking or think without acting. Organized planning creates the perfect balance between preparation and action, between strategy and execution, between vision and implementation. It ensures that every action serves your definite desire. Every effort advances your definite purpose. Every decision moves you closer to your riches. But the most detailed plans remain powerless without the fifth step: decision. Decision is what transforms planning into action, knowledge into implementation, desire into manifestation. Most people are terrible at making decisions. They delay, procrastinate, overthink, seek more information, wait for perfect conditions, hope someone else will decide for them. They mistake motion for decision, activity for commitment, discussion for determination. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quickly. The speed of your decision-making often determines the magnitude of your opportunities. Colonel Sanders was 62 years old when he decided to turn his chicken recipe into a business empire. Sanders didn't spend months analyzing market conditions, studying demographic trends, researching competitor strategies. Sanders decided, then figured out how to make his decision work. Decision creates momentum. Momentum creates opportunities. Opportunities create results. But it all starts with decision, clear, definite, committed decision that refuses to be reversed by temporary obstacles or momentary setbacks. Every millionaire can identify specific moments when they made decisions that changed everything. Every billionaire can point to definite choices that created their fortunes. Every wealthy person understands that decision is the catalyst that converts desire into riches. But decision without action remains just intention. The sixth and final step is persistent action, sustained, consistent, determined effort that continues regardless of obstacles, setbacks, or temporary defeats. Most people take action when they feel like it, when conditions are favorable, when success seems guaranteed. They mistake sporadic effort for persistent action, occasional activity for sustained commitment, temporary enthusiasm for lasting determination. Persistent action continues when you don't feel like it, when conditions are unfavorable, when success seems impossible. Persistent action understands that success is not a destination, success is a process. Wealth is not an event, wealth is a way of being. Sarah Blakely transformed $5,000 and a simple idea into a billion-dollar empire through persistent action. Blakely didn't wait for perfect conditions, unlimited resources, or guaranteed outcomes. Blakely took persistent action with what she had while developing what she needed. Every rejection Blakely received became fuel for more action. Every obstacle became opportunity for innovation. Every setback became setup for breakthrough. Blakely understood that persistent action is not just about continuing, it's about continuing intelligently, adapting methods while maintaining direction. But persistent action must be directed by all the previous steps. Action without definite desire becomes aimless activity. Action without absolute faith becomes anxious effort. Action without specialized knowledge becomes ignorant motion. Action without organized planning becomes scattered energy. Action without decision becomes hesitant movement. When all 6 steps work together, definite desire, absolute faith, specialized knowledge, organized planning, decision, and persistent action, they create what Hill called the secret of the ages. They create the transformation from desire to riches, from possibility to reality, from dreaming to having. But understanding these 6 steps intellectually is worthless. Reading about them is meaningless. Discussing them is pointless. These 6 steps only create wealth when they are applied, implemented, lived as a way of being rather than studied as interesting concepts. Oprah Winfrey followed these 6 steps unconsciously when she transformed childhood trauma into media empire. Winfrey had definite desire to inspire and educate through media. She had absolute faith in her ability to connect with audiences. She developed specialized knowledge in communication and human psychology. She created organized plans for building her media presence. She made definite decisions about her career direction. She took persistent action despite countless obstacles and setbacks. The result: one of the greatest media fortunes in history and impact on millions of lives worldwide. But Winfrey's success wasn't accidental. It wasn't lucky. It wasn't gifted. Winfrey's success was the inevitable result of applying the 6 steps that convert desire to riches. These same 6 steps are available to you. They don't require special talent, unique circumstances, or lucky breaks. They require only your decision to apply them systematically, consistently, persistently, until your desire transforms into riches. The first step begins with a question: what do you definitely desire? Not what you think you should want, not what others expect you to want, not what seems reasonable or realistic or achievable. What do you definitely desire with burning intensity that consumes your thoughts, drives your actions, compels your commitment? What specific amount of wealth do you want to accumulate by what specific date, through what specific means? Your definite desire must be so clear that you can see it, so specific that you can measure it, so compelling that you can taste it. Vague desires create vague results. Definite desires create definite results. Once your desire becomes definite, the second step requires absolute faith that this desire will become reality. Not hope, not belief, not positive thinking. Absolute faith that acts as if your desire is already fulfilled, already manifest, already yours. This faith must be so complete that you begin making decisions based on having your wealth rather than wanting your wealth. You begin acting like the wealthy person you're becoming rather than the struggling person you're leaving behind. The third step demands that you acquire specialized knowledge in the specific methods that will convert your desire into riches. What do you need to know that you don't currently know? What skills do you need to develop? What expertise do you need to acquire? This specialized knowledge must be current, accurate, and applicable to your specific desire. Outdated knowledge is worthless. Irrelevant knowledge is useless. Only specialized knowledge that directly serves your definite desire has the power to create wealth. The fourth step requires organized planning that converts your knowledge into systematic action. What specific steps must you take, in what order, by what deadlines, with what resources, through what methods? Your plans must be detailed enough to guide action, but flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances. Rigid plans break under pressure. Organized plans evolve under pressure. The fifth step demands definite decision that commits you completely to your desire, your faith, your knowledge, your plans. No more maybe, no more someday, no more if only. Decision that burns all bridges, eliminates all alternatives, makes retreat impossible. The sixth step requires persistent action that continues regardless of obstacles, setbacks, temporary defeats, or momentary discouragement. Action that adapts methods but never abandons objectives. Action that learns from failure but never accepts failure as final. When these 6 steps work together in your life, they create what can only be described as magic. Opportunities appear that weren't there before. Resources become available that were previously inaccessible. People enter your life who can help you achieve what seemed impossible. This isn't mystical. This isn't supernatural. This is the natural result of aligning your conscious desire with your subconscious power, your mental energy with physical action, your internal vision with external reality. Jeff Bezos followed these 6 steps when he left a secure Wall Street career to start Amazon. Bezos had definite desire to build the world's most customer-centric company. He had absolute faith that e-commerce would revolutionize retail. He acquired specialized knowledge in technology and logistics. He created organized plans for building online infrastructure. He made definite decisions about sacrificing security for opportunity. He took persistent action despite years of losses and criticism. The result? One of the largest fortunes in human history and transformation of global commerce. But Bezos' success began with the same 6 steps available to you. The same formula that created his billions can create your millions. The same process that built his empire can build your wealth. Elon Musk has used these 6 steps repeatedly for PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, the Boring Company. Each venture began with definite desire, absolute faith, specialized knowledge, organized planning, definite decision, and persistent action. Musk's desires are so definite they seem impossible to others, but inevitable to him. His faith is so absolute that he invests everything in his visions. His specialized knowledge spans multiple industries. His organized planning coordinates complex global operations. His decisions are swift and final. His persistent action continues despite ridiculous obstacles and criticism. The result, multiple billion-dollar companies that are transforming transportation, space, exploration, neural interfaces, and urban infrastructure. The 6 steps from desire to riches are not just for business empires. They work for any desire, any goal, any dream that you want to transform from possibility to reality. Do you desire financial freedom? Apply the 6 steps. Do you desire to build a business? Apply the 6 steps. Do you desire to accumulate specific wealth by a specific date? Apply the 6 steps. But remember, these steps require total commitment. Partial application creates partial results. Half-hearted effort creates half-hearted outcomes. Complete commitment to all 6 steps creates complete transformation from desire to riches. The choice is yours. You can continue wanting without having, dreaming without achieving, desiring without receiving. Or you can apply the 6 steps that have created every significant fortune in human history. You can remain where you are satisfied with current conditions, accepting present limitations. Or you can transform your burning desire into abundant riches through definite application of these 6 proven steps. The 6 steps are waiting, your desire is calling, your riches are possible. But transformation requires your decision to begin your commitment, to continue your persistence, to complete the journey from desire to riches. The first step begins with your next thought. What do you definitely desire? If this message ignited that burning desire within you, if you felt that surge of absolute faith in your ability to transform desire into riches, then you're ready to begin the journey that has created every great fortune in history. Subscribe to this channel if you're committed to following the 6 steps from desire to riches. Share this message with someone whose desire deserves to become reality. And comment below, what is your definite desire and when will you begin applying these 6 steps? Remember, every fortune began with desire. Every billionaire started with burning want. Every wealthy person transformed thoughts into things using these same 6 steps. Your desire is valid. Your dreams are possible. Your riches are waiting for you to apply the 6 steps that convert mental energy into material wealth. From desire to riches, the journey begins with your decision to start walking the path that leads from where you are to where you want to be. Your 6 steps begin now. Your riches await your action. Your transformation from desire to wealth starts with your next decision. What will you choose?